What's up, you guys? My name is Quay. I am CEO of Braider Pro. I am super excited here to show you what we got in store. I know you're here because you're a hair braider and you're wanting to get new customers on demand. And I'm here to show you how to grow your business, okay? And before we even get started, I want to show you where I've been at, because the way I got into the business was a little weird because, you know, my auntie, she's a hair braider, and she knows that I have a little bit of background in technology and, of course, a lot of background in sales and advertisement. So she's like, boom, I need some advertisement. I need something done for my business. And, you know, I did an audit on her business, literally, like, she was still in the DMs trying to get clients, trying to book appointments with no booking link. She's doing everything manually, got a calendar, she's writing everything out, manually reaching out to people, and really it didn't work out for her. I mean, I was looking at this whole system, and then I'm like, yo, you could do a lot better. So right here, I'm just gonna show you one part of the system, which is the running ads part, because I guess that's what you're here for. The ad that we're running here, let me refresh the page for you. So she's in the beginning stage. She's only spent $128, but look at that, 206 leads. 206 people has entered their information in, their name, the number in, for her to book an appointment. And it's very, very simple. I mean, the way I got to this point was a lot of testing, and I realized what works the most is freaking videos. The videos are generating so many freaking clicks, and the way I created the video is like mind-blowing. It wasn't hard, but I had to think about it. All right, but as you can see here, she's getting what, 60 cents per lead, 60 cents per people clicking on her ad and putting her information in, and now we go and contact them and set them up with an appointment. All right, so I just wanted to show you, these are right here. You know, I'm not a bluffer, but let's look at the overview of what this is actually going to look like here. So if we come over here to the ads funnel map, right, all the way at the funnel here is the video, right? So you want to make sure that, you know, the video that you do have is something that can go viral. And, you know, I guess I'll show you what the video, if you want to know what the video looks like, go ahead and DM me, message me. I'll show you exactly what the video is. I'm not just going to give it out there for people that, you know, people want to steal my strategy, but I think this is the most crazy strategy. It's a viral video, UGC, meaning it's from a user point of view. And not only do you send the traffic to a Insta forum, but you also put in the description where they can DM you or comment a phrase where now you can attract and get clients from the forum, comments, and the DMs, all in one platform. So if you look at the lead count here, it says 128 leads for this specific ad, but she had way more people hit her up through her comments, through the DMs as well, because of how I put the ad. So the viral video, you can send that to an instant forum where they can submit their information. You can send that to a DM where, you know, once they reply, the automation starts replying to them, or you can just tell them to comment. All right. But once they do all of this here, we move down to the middle of the funnel, which is where the smart DM flow kicks in. This is when our AI system kicks in and starts replying to the clients and start qualifying them with questions. The same boring questions that you get every single day. You know, how much is this? Is this available? The length? Do you have this time available? The AI system takes care of all of that, so you can focus on actually braiding, right? And that's the biggest part about this system, is because you don't want to spend 2 hours trying to figure out how to reply to clients, right? Because I know you've been in this position where you don't want to mess up this sale, because you need this sale. You need to braid this hair because your bills are coming up, and you're figuring out how to answer this client so she doesn't ghost you or who doesn't ghost you. But don't worry about that, all right? Focus on how to get better at braiding, and focus on your system, and let this stuff take care of itself. So it's going to qualify the clients, and some people will be ready to go. As soon as they see the ad, they will be ready to go, which the AI system will send them directly to your landing page where they can book the appointment. But most of them are going to have a few questions, right? They might not be ready to go. So that's when the follow-up comes through. But I know you don't necessarily want to follow up with these people. You don't want to follow up 7 days. Hey, I know you followed me, or I know you messaged me 2 days ago. You haven't booked an appointment yet. It just gets tiring. All right, so this is where the automated workflow comes in, and it's really 7 days, but we add an extra 7 days for those that are just on the edge. Maybe we just throw that wild shot for the last 7 days, but it's really 14 days nurturing sequence. So if they don't book an appointment, we just start following up with them automatically. If they don't respond, we just keep going, send them a video, send them an automation, all the way until they book an appointment. And if it's after, we just put them in a separate file where we can reactivate them later on, right? But that's literally just the gist of the ads. But there's a couple things that must be said, and you must know about running ads. But a little bit about me, okay? I came from car sales. Before that, I studied software development, front-end development on online tech, where I did that for 8-9 months, learned a whole bunch of stuff. But then I was just like, yo, this is not for me. So I just went into car sales, right? But I learned so much that, it taught me about processes. It taught me about, well, in order for you to get a website running, you must first lay out the foundation, right? It taught me about systems and how to get things done properly. But moving on to car sales is where I really, really exploded, because being a car salesperson is like owning your own dealership, right? The dealership provides you cars. You got to figure out how to sell the cars. Yes, people do come into the store to buy cars, but it's not a lot of people. When you're working with 24, 25 salespeople, you got to find a way to generate leads and get people into the door and to sell cars. So that's what I did. I started running ads for myself, right? I ran ads, testimonial ads. I showed pictures of me and my clients. I made a video for first-time buyers. We were giving out promos, and literally I was getting a bunch of numbers, a bunch of emails, a bunch of people, and all I did was follow up with them. Right? I didn't have the system where it was automated, where it was following up by itself. I didn't think about that before, but now that, I've done that, I learned to add some more into it because I knew what was missing. Okay? So this is how you get fully booked in the next 30 days. I just showed you the overview of that. But what you want to do is really understand that everybody is online, from young kids to older generations. They're online, and majority of them are on Facebook and Instagram. All right, a lot of Braiders just want to focus on maybe TikTok. They want to do some other stuff, but really, everybody that's on TikTok is also on Facebook. Everybody that's on Facebook is most likely on Instagram. Not all of them, but most likely everybody's on Facebook. So if you just focus on Facebook and Instagram, you'll be fine. You don't have to spread yourself out thin everywhere. Okay. So back then, what people used to do really is just put billboards up, and hopefully somebody will see it. All right, you pay a lot of money and you put it up one time, and imagine if you had something that changed, you had a promo that changed, man. You had to take that whole billboard down, paint it up again, and literally pay for that again. But right now, digital advertising is the thing to do. Okay, everybody is on it. But the thing is, because it's so easy to find service and products online, the things that become the most important is speed. Who can respond to the client the fastest when they're looking for a certain product or a certain service. So I know I was trying to look for a oil change company to change my oil for pretty cheap. I'm not trying to pay expensive for oil change. And literally I was calling a bunch of small companies, and some of them weren't picking up. And the first one that called me right back was the one that earned my service, right? It wasn't because they had some special thing, but it was just because it was convenient. I don't want to wait. So automation and speed, super important. Look at these stats. 78% of customers buy from the company that responds to their inquiry first. 21 times more effective when calling within the 5 minutes of prospects' first contacts as opposed to calling after 30 minutes, right? So if you get somebody's phone number, go ahead, call them up. If you're not doing anything, call them up. It's just a higher chance of you closing that client, bringing them into your salon, okay? And just 7 times more likely to qualify more leads when they're reached out within the hour as opposed to just an hour later. So what I'm trying to say is basically you got to reach out to your clients fast. If they're looking for a service, there's got to be a way for you to respond to them immediately when they're asking you something. And that's where the AI automation comes in. Okay, moving forward, right? And this is what I was just talking about earlier, where back then, newspaper was probably the main way to go. People were on newspaper, maybe on the radio. But now, all of these stuff are expensive. Nobody's really doing direct mail anymore. Okay, nobody's doing magazine, nobody's doing newspapers. Right now, everybody's on the internet looking for services, looking for products, and they're on social media. And this is where you want to meet them. Okay, everyone is paying for attention. Okay, and you want to be there when they're looking for that. All right, so this is just an overview of what I showed you earlier, how it works. The ad channel, which is either Facebook, IG, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, whichever one it is that you want to really focus on, go ahead and focus on that. Make a nice little offer for them, whether it's first time appointment or hair is included, right? And then have the automation system go ahead and starting up with them, sending them automations. You can even do a ringless voicemail where it rings once, they pick it up, and then it's your voice telling them, hey, congratulations, I saw you clicked on the ad. Just want to offer you this, blah, 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 just for your higher conversion, right? All this is automation to make your life easier. So do want to book an appointment with you, they're going to be able to do it by themselves because the AI system is smart enough to send them the link. So that's a very, very good point when it comes to ads. You want to make sure that you are reaching out to the clients on time. Now, the paid ads philosophy. A lot of people are going to run ads and then shut it off in 1 or 2 days because they just feel like it's not working. There's a lot of metrics you got to be reading to determine whether it is working or not. But the rule 11, right? You want to make sure people see your ads a few times before you take it down. Think about yourself. The first ad you see, you probably don't click on it, but once you start seeing that ad a couple more times, you get familiar with it, then you're more likely to click on the ad. So that's how it works, right? And you got to put some money in, right? You put $1 in, you get $2 out. If I can tell you right now that you put 50 cents in and can get a client paying you $230, the hell. But really, that's what's going on here, and it's just based on how you structure your ad, making sure things are running smooth on Instagram, Twitter, in the algorithm, okay? And to double down on all of this, I mean, look at the big brands, right? All these big brands, Nike, Slack, right? Fashion Nova, all these big brands are running ads. Why? Because they work. And they got some really nice offers, something to intrigue the clients, for them to click. That's how all of these businesses grow. It's nothing special. They run ads, put it in front of people with a nice offer, and just follow up with them. Okay? So, back on what I just said, don't give up too early. Okay? Run the play. Do more of what works. So if you see an ad that is a lot of clicks, but people are not booking, or of that style of ad, but it's something on the other side after people click that's preventing them from booking an appointment. You got to test, monitor, optimize, refine, scale, and repeat. The same exact thing. Just keep repeating, testing different variables, the header, the image, the video. If the video is working, double down on it and try to change the color, see if that works. But good advertisement is literally good communication. You want to be able to let them know exactly what you're offering and have the process super easy for them to book an appointment, okay? Or a lead magnet. You guys don't have to worry about lead magnet because you're literally sending them straight to an offer where they can book an appointment, okay? Well, nurture sequence, right? This is where the sauce comes in, because a lot of people that are going to click on your ad are not going to be super ready. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, let me just book an appointment. Why? Because they probably haven't seen you yet. They might wait a day or two. But that's when the automation comes in and the power of social media, SMS marketing, taking yourself out of the equation and letting the robot text them the next day, email them the next day with a warming message that you would send somebody to convert them. Right? And it does this in a smart way. I know you guys have some questions because I know I went pretty fast on this. And this is really my first time explaining this whole process. So if you have any questions, go ahead and you can leave a comment in the description or follow me on Instagram and just DM me your questions and I'll be happy to help you out. But I hope you learned something from this and I will see you in the next one.